welcome back to my channel. We are still experimenting to see if not saying my name in my intro will keep me from getting demonetized. I think YouTube thinks that my name is a curse word. We're just gonna go right in here. Today we are going to be talking about a product that I gave you guys a little glimpse of last Friday in my faves, fails, and finds, and that is this bad boy. This is the Krasr, K-R-A-S-R, I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. Krasr Radiance High Frequency Facial Device with 4 beauty probes. I don't know what is so funny to me about this product. It seems like it's from Space Age, you know what I mean? It's very sci-fi. If you didn't watch that video, I will go ahead and show you. We're gonna put the attachment on before I show you the actual device because she looks like a dildo. When my mom ordered this and she got it at work, she was like, wow, really glad I was alone when I opened this because this is not safe for work. It does kind of look a little questionable down here at the bottom, but this little probe right here, and it comes again with 4 of them, is a high frequency situation. So this electric current runs through this mechanism right here through different shapes of them, and it has all kinds of different promises. So let's go ahead and pull up what those promises are, and then I will speak to each one from my own experience. I should start by saying this bad boy is $39.99. Can't beat that for a really cool skin tool. So I'm gonna go ahead and spoil this for you guys. I really like this device. So I'm gonna kind of tell you the nuances of it, but if you are expecting me to say that it is not awesome, it's really awesome. So just that'll be the thesis of this video. It's awesome. So it says multiple treatment efficacy. The high frequency machine can be used for disinfection, promoting recovery, reducing wrinkles, promoting metabolism and blood circulation of your skin and your head. You can choose different electrodes to treat your skin problems. The large mushroom for large facial areas, the small mushroom for smaller areas, small glass head for spot areas, and comb accelerate for blood circulation of the head. So let's go ahead and turn this guy on. So my outlet is pretty far from my computer here, but I'll show you guys. So let me turn the lights off real quick, I'll show you. So there's a pink light kind of coursing through this guy, and you place it kind of on your skin, and that's on a little strong. So you can actually feel it sort of sting that way, but if you turn it down a little bit, it just becomes this sort of gentle frequency that you can put against your face. And so each one of these attachments, like they said, has its own distinct purpose. And I think that the shape is more for convenience. It's not that one is the wrong tool to use for one thing and one is the right tool to use for the other. It's just sort of like each shape has been kind of created by necessity of what it is that you want to address. So how does it work? The multifunctional device uses a strong current that vibrates water molecules on the surface of the skin. This increases blood circulation, causing skin to tighten, and increases cell metabolism. Oxygenated skin with good blood circulation is the key to anti-aging. So this is what's called the mushroom attachment. This is for broad areas such as cheeks, the jawline, and the forehead. Blood circulation and lymph activity is accelerated to tighten skin and reduce wrinkles and fine lines. This does work. This makes my cheekbones and all of my forehead lines and everything like that reduced. If I use this at night for just a few minutes, I turn it up to just enough where I can feel it, but definitely there's no sting to it. Just do it what you're comfortable with. You know, you're not supposed to, it's not supposed to hurt. So I just kind of gently massage my face kind of like while I'm, you know, lying in bed, you know, watching a YouTube video or something like that. It feels really nice. It's glass, and so it just feels really nice massaging your face, and it's a little bit kind of warm after you've used it for a little while, and the results are incredible. So you wake up in the morning and your skin does look tighter. It helps with lymphatic drainage, and so you can actually just kind of run it along your sinuses right here, and it's really helpful. And this is the tongue attachment, they call it. It is tongue shaped. It is not for use on your tongue. So this one is for kind of targeted areas. I use it mainly right here, and underneath my eyes right here. This has made such a difference under my eyes. I wake up in the morning and I used to have this kind of, especially as it was getting really dry outside. A couple weeks ago I was having this issue where right here at the bottom of both of my kind of under eye circles, where that kind of skin texture changes from this really soft skin to the more firm skin right here, I was getting skin's starting to sag right there. And I was like, God, what? I'm 30, come on. You know, and it was getting dry and it was looking really exaggerated. Like there was no amount of moisturizing that was really helping. And I use a really low setting for underneath my eyes just because that is a really sensitive area. I don't want to do anything crazy, but I will just for a few seconds just kind of like run this like right here after I've done all my skincare. It helps your skincare absorb better. And it just makes whatever the circulation is underneath there like go to work. It makes your skin decide that it's time to take care of that area of your face, and it makes such a huge difference for me. I wake up in the morning and I just look younger. Like there's no other way to put it. It really does make my eyes look less tired. It makes me look more rested. It's done a great job on my kind of 11s right here. And I really I've noticed such an enormous difference from maybe the third time using it. I was just like, this is making a really noticeable difference. It's really, really helping with like what I perceive to be signs of aging and things that if I had a rough night's sleep or I'm dehydrated or something like that, they kind of like look accentuated. This really saves you from that. It really just makes everything look a lot healthier and younger, and like your skin is, I mean, that's what young skin does, right? It rejuvenates itself. So this kind of bridges that gap where it kind of reminds your skin to rejuvenate itself. So if you watched the video on Friday, you'll know that this bad boy right here was the game changer right when I got this product. So I used to be in cosmetology. I mean, that was kind of my career for a while. I was never an esthetician, but we did have an esthetician that worked at my salon, and she had a, I guess, more sophisticated version, probably, of this kind of high-frequency machine, which is why it was so surprising to me that I could just buy one on Amazon for $40. I was like, really? I thought that these things were going to be like thousands of dollars. They're really not, so it's awesome. So anyway, this is kind of your targeted little pimple guy, and on the site it says, when using the high frequency, this head zaps pimples and reduces their appearance on the skin in a matter of days. Girl, try a matter of hours. It is amazing. So I told you guys that really weird and wicked story that I will not repeat here because there was like a trigger warning on the other one because it's gross. But I had a really big one on my nose, and I zapped it with this, and I'm serious, within 4 hours I saw a marked difference. And this thing, I use it, I actually break out pretty bad on my chest from working out. I break out kind of around my mouth and stuff like that, and I also break out because I'm always trying new skin products, like I'm getting sent stuff and I'm trying it, and I want to kind of like give you guys the lowdown on these things, even though I do have a skin regimen that I really prefer. Sometimes I do have to try other stuff, and so sometimes it doesn't agree with my skin and I'll get zits. And so I find that this guy, when you turn him up, you can turn him up a little bit stronger than you would the other stuff that kind of goes all over your face. And I will zap the living daylights out of some of them sometimes. And my fiance's gotten into it too. Like if he hears me running this, he'll run in and he's just like, zap my zits, zap my zits. And so yeah, he's had a couple. He has one that just keeps coming back like right underneath his lip, and I got it. And it just went away in like 2 days. It was crazy. So I am very, very pleased with this guy, and I do like that there's no irritation. That is kind of the beauty of this, is that it does zap your zits and it does make them heal. It does, again, kind of remind your body to come and take out the trash, essentially. It's like, hey buddy, you've been really laying down on the job lately. Like we have to kind of knock on his door and be like, hey buddy, like get back to your lymphatic drainage and doing your job. So that's what this guy does. It does this for the zits. It is so great. I had this mondo zit on my chest. It was awful, and I zapped the freaking crap out of it on a pretty high setting with this guy, and it made such a huge difference, and I am very, very pleased with it. Even when you zap it, it's not a super uncomfortable sensation. It kind of feels like static electricity / magic, because you know you're doing something. Like it just feels like it's working, and that's because it is. And this is the comb attachment. I actually used this last night. It's supposed to be kind of to stimulate hair growth, but for me, I have psoriasis in my scalp. So if I'm going to be able to get to those areas, yeah, I can zap it with the little pimple popper guy and really go to town on there. But because then I can get in between the hairs. But this guy really allows for a good dispersion of the high frequency current, and it also just feels really nice if you just kind of run this across your scalp, because I don't necessarily know where all the psoriasis is. I know where kind of my patches are, but I can't keep track of like what might be coming up or what might be healing or what might be in just kind of like little spots everywhere. So this is really cool because it's just really relaxing. Like taking a piece of glass that's just kind of glowing and combing it through your hair is just like the best. So I've actually gotten to where I use this at night too, and the whole ceremony takes about 10 minutes tops. And that is just, you know, doing the mushroom, doing the little tongue, doing the little zit zapper, and then doing the comb, and it's so relaxing and it's so nice and it's so freaking effective. So I told my mom the story about my weird nose zit, and then I told her also about how like it helps with your anti-aging and your wrinkles and whatnot. And then I told her that it was $40 and she bought one immediately. And then she told my sister and my sister bought one immediately. And so they have been trying it lately and kind of getting used to it. I don't think there's a wrong way to use this. I don't think that this thing, I mean, I've never cranked it up to full force, but a woman who commented on my last video said that like for eczema or for psoriasis like I have, I might be able to crank it all the way up and just put it really short term, like just a little bursts in spots, and it'll make it disappear. So the jury's out on that. I will try that, and it sounds, you know, that like it could be effective, but I wouldn't want to crank it all the way up and then just kind of see what happens like on my face. That doesn't sound good to me. Like I go with my gut in terms of what it feels like when I put it on my face. I kind of test it on my hand first, and if you do that, you can tell kind of like how much it's going to sort of feel that electric current on your skin. So at its lowest setting, you really can't feel it at all, and it's not, there aren't settings, it's just kind of like a knob that kind of turns without any notches on it, you know what I mean? So you do have total control. And I will just kind of judge by the loudness of the buzzing and by the way that it feels kind of on my palm or on the back of my hand before I put it on my face. So there shouldn't be any real fear around using it, especially because even as I have cranked it up pretty high on a zit or something like that, it will heal the zit, but I never see any irritation. I don't see like a busted capillary or bruising or anything like that. And so I do think that this is a product that anyone can use. Like unlike the PMD, that personal microderm device, like I don't think that everybody would have the patience or the know-how necessarily to use that without kind of hurting themselves. You can't hurt yourself with this. I mean, don't quote me on that. Someone could probably figure out how. You could eat it or something, but like, I think that anyone using this responsibly with, you know, using just any level of common sense, I don't think you can hurt yourself. So it is just an amazing, amazing product for what it is, and I am not being paid to say that. I just think that it's really fantastic, and I'm really, really excited that I found it, because there is kind of this unnerving feeling as you start getting older, when you're like in your 30s, I'm about to be 31, and you just start to feel like, oh my god, I'm aging. Sometimes it feels like in leaps and bounds. Sometimes it feels like I look at old pictures of myself and I'm just like, God, was 27 really that long ago? Or like, wow, I wish I'd worn more sunscreen, or I did wear the sunscreen, why isn't it helping? You know, this isn't fair. And when you find a device like this that is natural, it's not going to run out. It's not like you're a slave to someone's brand. It's sort of a one-time purchase, and it really works. Like, I gotta share that with people. That's the reason I have a YouTube channel, is because when I find stuff like this, I have to share it. So I hope that you guys think that it's cool. I think that it's awesome. I know that I'm not the first person in the world to be using this. I actually found out about it on another YouTuber's channel, and it just knocked my socks off. So, you know, for all the stuff like the New Face, I want to try the New Face. I want to try a lot of these other light devices, but they're all, you know, in the hundreds, $200, $300, $500 range. Whereas this guy, this is like it's like a pretty guilt-free purchase for me, so I'm really, really glad that I got it. It does really freaking work. So if you've got any kind of like anti-aging needs, or if you've got like zits that you just want to freaking have something that works on, that's not a chemical that you put on top that's going to just dry the crap out of it, this thing is fantastic. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. If you guys want to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you did. Hope you guys are having a delightful week. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!